Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football. We're live for Tottenham against Aston Villa. What a cracking game we've got for you this afternoon. It's a Super Sunday. The Premier League is back. We had a good Saturday yesterday, didn't we? And we're hoping now to have a very, very good Sunday as well. Certainly from a Manchester United perspective, I'm hoping we're going to beat Everton. But our first game up is actually going to be this match between Tottenham and Aston Villa. Which hasn't actually started yet. They're doing an applause, so that's fine. We're all happy and ready to go. You're early, says Huzzy. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. I'm ready to go, and that's what matters. Stats Carousel there, sponsored for you by OneFootball. Download it for free. Get all your latest breaking football news. Links in the description, or you can scan that QR code in the top right-hand corner. Those stats will update as things go along, and you can get the individual stats as well on the actual app. Team news is coming out. That's how the league table looks at the moment. There's an opportunity for Tottenham to go second, joint second today if they win. I think some people are writing Tottenham off. There's an opportunity for Aston Villa to go joint third if they win today. So lots of permutations, I suppose. There's the Aston Villa team for you. We know that Spurs are somewhat decimated. Oh my God. Didn't realise that Terry Venables had died. That's just taken me. That's completely surprised me. I didn't even know about that. That's really, really sad news. I don't know how old he was, but Euro '96 for those that lived it was a fantastic time. And yeah, rest in peace, Terry Venables. That's a shocker. That is. I've literally just read that live on air, which is fine. But yeah, I'm somewhat saddened and shocked by that one, to be honest with you. Former Terry, he was 80 years of age. He had a long illness, and rest in peace, Terry Venables. Yeah, very sad. Team news. We've kicked off here, as you can see. Team news: Vicario, Porro, Royale, Davies and Udogie in the back four. Emerson Royale playing at centre-back for Spurs. Villa have just had a half a chance with a cross into the box as well. Keep your eye on that. Bentancur and Lo Celso, Johnson, Kulusevski, Gill and Son. I mean, this is we know it's a decimated Spurs side, but yeah, I fancy Villa today. I know I fancied Chelsea at Newcastle yesterday, but I do fancy Villa. Martinez, Konza, Carlos, Torres, Digne, Cash, Kamara, Luis, McGinn, Diaby and Watkins. Yeah, they just look to me. I mean, look at their bench as well. Longley, Moreno, Tielemans, Duran, Olsen, Bailey, Dendoncker, Ramsey. I mean, they've got quality on their bench. I mean, they might not be in form, but Tielemans, Longley, Ramsey, Bailey, they've got some good options on their bench. You look at the Spurs bench: Skip, Højbjerg, Dyer, Forster, Velez, Austin, Donnelly, Dorrington. Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough game for Spurs. Don't write Spurs off, but I think it's going to be a tough game for Spurs. I'm going to go with Villa. Chelsea in crisis. Sorry, Chelsea. I'm not ribbing you here. I'm not doing that on purpose. That's I can't speak. That's harsh. Yeah, we've had 5 minutes of Chelsea in crisis. It should be Watchalong. Thank you. Sorry, Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea. Yeah, I fancy Villa today. Let us know what you think in the chat. How's your finger, says Kia. I mean, it's. I don't know. I think it's a tendon thing, because somebody said to me yesterday it could be something else. But I mean, it is swollen. But a goal! Oh no! Big chance for Spurs there as well. Ball over the top. Yeah, it should have been 1-0 to Spurs. He's got into a very, very good position there. I think it's Udogie. Udogie with the chance and over the bar. So, yeah, that was a big chance for Spurs. So, we're in London, aren't we, says Jack. Let's not write it off. Good start to this game. And now Kulusevski's in. And it is 1-0. Oh, he's at the post. And then, oh, it's followed up by Brennan Johnson. And then it's in Martinez's hands. And then he's dropped it. Oh, my God. What's going on here? What a start. Post. Udogie should have scored. Kulusevski should have scored. He's done everything right here. Lovely play by Son. Kulusevski cuts back inside. He does everything right apart from hit the post. What a start to this game. I can't speak. What a start. This is a cracker. This is a cracker. This is a cracker. Lovely stuff. Villa, though, they won't sit down. Look, actually, Villa's away record isn't terribly good, is it? But fantastic start here. And Spurs should consider Weghorst on loan, says Colin. Let him speak, Simon, says Christian. Tom says up the Villa. Adogi shooting for the stars, says Joel. He was definitely shooting for the stars. Fantastic. Timer's wrong, Mark, says it's wrong by about 3 seconds. Yeah, let me just pause it and start it. I don't know what's going on here. I'm having a domestic while I'm trying to film. I can hear your domestic on my stream, thank you. Bloody domestic going on upstairs. Apologies for that. You don't want to listen to the domestic in the Goldbridge house. Don't know what they're arguing about. I think it's what we're having for dinner. And oh my God, it should be a goal for Pau Torres now. I don't think I've known a game like this in 5 minutes. I don't think I've known a 5 minutes like this in ages. Delightful cross from Digne. Pau Torres, free header, heads it back across the goal and wide. It could be 2-2. It could be 1-1. It could be 1-0. It could be 2-0. It's 0-0. What a start to the game. Has there been a better football weekend, Mark, says Dan. I don't think the quality yesterday was as good as it could have been, but the start to this game's incredible. The intensity from both sides. We're definitely going to get goals, aren't we? I've got Son and I've got Watkins in my team. Matty Cash has just put a cross in. I mean, this is intense. This is intense football. There's intensity in the Goldbridge household. Oh, it's I think it's the kids. They're probably arguing about who's getting to watch Netflix or something. I don't know. Oh! Pau Torres does well there. I'm loving the start to this game. F1's interesting, says Jerry. That's sort of a double negative. It can't exist. Lee's going to get some beans on toast. Tell you what I've just had. I've got a lovely dinner later, but I won't have it until after the United game. I just had I toasted 2 bits of bread. And I think people call it toast. So you basically get bread, you put it in a toaster, you leave it for about a minute and a half. When you get it out, it's warm, but it's crispy. You put some butter on it. Lovely. As I say, I think people call it toast. Then I got some butter, put that on it, which makes it taste a little bit nicer. And then I got some chicken that I got from the shop, cold chicken, piri chicken. I put that on, and then I put some coleslaw on the top, pressed it down, cut it. So basically, it's a toasted chicken and coleslaw sandwich. It was lovely. It was absolutely fantastic. And then I had a bag of crisps with it as well. And I feel satisfied now. I probably would like a cup of tea. Nicholas says, as a Spurs fan, I'm just so happy I can watch Spurs with a smile again and not feeling like I'm on the Green Mile. I'm loving Ange Ball, says Nicholas. Well, I think people are wrong to write Spurs off. They'll still play good football. They just haven't got the quality of player that they had a couple of weeks ago. But they can still play good football. Gill, good save by Martinez. Header over the bar. Chance. How many chances have we had? 3-2 in the first 10 minutes here. It's a fantastic bit of play here. Back flick by Kulusevski. Gill gets the shot off. Martinez palms it up. And then it's headed over the bar, I think, by Brennan Johnson. But, oh, yeah. Spurs are looking for a bit of a handball. And then they're looking for a bit of an elbow on Gill. I didn't see that at the time. You've only had 7 minutes, says Pro. Should that have been a handball? I think it's very harsh on Villa if that gets given as a handball. I really do. What do you think? Should that have been a penalty? First poll of the day. Should Spurs have had a pen? Do you keep Poch if he doesn't make top 4? I'm sad, says African Giant. And Mark and this game are legendary right now, says Ian. It's been a great start. I mean, I hope we get a goal. You don't want a 0-0. You can vote on the penalty now. I think it would have been very harsh on Aston Villa to give that penalty. Simple Dude says, is there going to be a video on Arsenal? No. I might do a video tomorrow on Arsenal, but not today. I know what you mean. They're top of the league. I do want to do a video on Arsenal. You've read my mind. I spoke a bit about it on TalkSport last night. Well, Dyer's warming up now. Udogie looks like he might be injured. Colin says, I want to say thank you for all the hard work. Well, thank you for tuning in, Colin. I mean, remember, this is, what, 4th against 5th? Both having a good season. Villa are a lot better at Villa Park. Lovely play by Diaby there. Lovely feet. And I don't mean I like his feet. I can't stand people who have a foot fetish. It's a category, apparently. I don't get it. Some people really get excited by feet. I'm talking about footwork with the ball. That's the only thing that excites me. Football. Not feet. I don't want a bare foot in my mouth. Forget about it. You'll get my foot in your mouth if you try that. And it won't be pleasant. You'll be visiting the dentist. Keep your feet away from my mouth. Feet fetish. Disgusting. I've got 2 feet. I wouldn't want to put my foot in anybody's mouth. Some people like it. People are getting shocked in the chat. Some people have a foot fetish. Trust me. They absolutely get off to it. Ugh. Get out. Ooh, nearly a ball into Watkins. What's your score prediction, says Blake? Look, I'm pumped up today. I'm looking forward to the Man United game against Everton. I always love... Goodison Park's one of my favourite grounds, so I always look forward to Man United against Everton, and it's got a bit of spice to it today. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to this game as well. I just love football. I mean, that's why we're here, aren't we? I say it on the podcast all the time. Goldbridge saves football. Well, Goldbridge loves football, and this game for me, we had some crackers yesterday. Newcastle-Chelsea was brilliant. Man City-Liverpool had the drama. Arsenal-Brentford was boring until the end, but I even thought the Brighton-Forest game was good. I was watching that, the last 10 minutes of it, because it went on longer than everything else. There's so much to love about the Premier League, and I think this game has just got so much interest in it. I mean, Spurs have got a lot of injuries, but they're still going to play a certain brand of football. And Aston Villa, brilliant at home, need to start travelling well. Nice ball in. Udogie's shown a lot of pace there, but that's a foul. That's a foul on Konza, I think. Udogie says get up, but Konza tripped him up. Lovely ground, Spurs, isn't it? Liverpool have played everyone in the top half of the table other than Man United and Arsenal, says Ben, and you play them before Christmas. To be honest, Ben, though, most people have played most people now. I mean, halfway through the Christmas, isn't it? What's the crack with the VAR today, then, says Flying Without Mings. I love that. I love the name. Ten Hag's not ill. He just can't be on the touchline because he got a ban. I don't know what the story is with VAR today. I presume we've got it. Nice play by Spurs here. Kulusevski's had a really good start to this game. Nice little flick in. Brennan Johnson needs the cut back. Oh, the cut back to Gill, and it was probably 1-0. If he'd cut it back to Gill, it would have been 1-0. But he didn't. And now Ollie Watkins has got it at the other end. Strong play by, I think it was Ben Tanker there. I've got to figure this out. Yeah, it was. Ben Tanker's number 30, isn't it? And now, Son just put the cross in. Oh, my God. What a miss. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how he's missed that chance. They break the Villa high line. I mean, this is something tactically we need to talk about as well. Villa play a really high line. They play the high line here. I don't know whether there's an offside. Brennan Johnson cuts it back. Son's way onside for that. And he's put it over the Denver. I've got Son in my fancy Premier League team. That's a bloody miss. That's a hell of a miss. Could Brennan Johnson have crossed it better? Probably. I think he gets sacked if he doesn't make top four, says African Giant, talking about Poch. And years ago, Villa versus Spurs would be a bore fest. The match is on fire now, though. Up the Villa, says Daniel. It's a great game. It's a great advert for football. I bloody love football, and this game has been brilliant. I don't even support Villa or Spurs. I don't really care who wins. But Spurs have actually created more chances than Villa here. You've got to say that that Villa are a bit all over the place defensively at the moment. They're having to ride a storm. I've got 40... Oh, I'll tell you how many points I've got in my Fantasy Premier League. I've played the game. I've played the motherfucking game. I've got 45 points at the moment in Fantasy Premier League. I've got left to play Son, Watkins, and Harry Maguire. That's my Masterstroke, sorry. Harry Maguire. No one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it. Is there no VAR in this game? People keep saying, is there no VAR in this game? I mean, there better be VAR in this game. It would be incredible if there wasn't. Statement of the day from Sarah. This is a good game, and it should be 1-0 now. Great save by Martinez. Offside for Kulusevski. Anyway, it was another one-on-one. This Villa high line is getting minced at the moment. Villa, I mean, they should be losing this. They had a chance themselves with Torres, but it's definitely Spurs with more chances here. Muzab says, what were your thoughts on the Liverpool-Man City game? I mean, from my point of view, very, very happy with the ecstatic with the draw. I think it's great for the title race and it's great for the league. My ideal result, really. But I thought it was what I predicted it was going to be. I didn't think it was a great game. I think if Liverpool had a couple more weeks on the training ground, they'd have been better. Probably the same for City. So, yeah, I don't think it... I mean, it wasn't as good as this game. And we've only had 10 minutes of this. Spurs press has been very impressive. Here's Gill. I tell you what, Spurs got to score here. Spurs have got to score here. They are absolutely on top. Apparently VAR is having technical difficulties. Oh my God. How's this game still nil? It's 0-0. It's a cracker, says Arcade. I'll try and get you some clarity on that. Martinez playing out from the back. Good press by Spurs. He's got to put that out for a throw-in at Villa there. I can't see anything about VAR. Spurs come again. They've had a great start here, Spurs. Apparently, a few academy players have been added to the travelling squad for Manchester United today. We'll give you the team news when it comes in. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of protests from the Everton fans. Hi, Mark. Was Owen's winner against City one of your best and favourite moments as a United fan, says General? No, not really. I wouldn't even put it in my top 10. Oh, here we go. Brennan Johnson. Oh, we've missed again. Was that Brennan Johnson? No, that was Lo Celso, wasn't it? Lo Celso. No, it wasn't Lo Celso. It was Porro, Pedro Porro, with the cutback. Now Villa, who have actually drifted out of this game, if we're being honest. It's all Spurs at the moment. Villa are decidedly second best here. They've got to try and get a foothold in this game because Spurs have been far better than Villa in the last few minutes. How Spurs haven't scored is beyond me, says Matthew. It's beyond me, Matthew, as well. Spurs been a bit wasteful, says Fellaini. That's a good ball out to... Cross comes in. I mean, probably a clever tactic by Spurs, really. They're playing at home, get the crowd behind you, play on the front foot. Defensively, we know they're weak, so go on the front foot. It's amazing it's 0-0, says Supra. Well, you can you know what? You can tell it's a good game when we've had 20 minutes and we've only blinked. It's been a great game. Nice ball to Son here. Out on that left-hand side. He can run at the defender, and he will do. They've let him into the box. Crazy. He's lost it, though. Pyro says that Villa's formation just isn't working today. Yeah, I think Ainge has got the better of old Emery here. You know, I couldn't give a Castlemaine 4X for anything else. And, you know, Ainge has got it rocking here. I know my Australian accent is not as good as Will on the podcast, but he's doing a good job here. And there's no denying it. Benjamin, thank you very much for your super chat there. I haven't got a dog in the fight, but I'm rooting for Villa, says Jay. Spurs supporters are getting too big for their boots. Well, I think what Spurs need is what everybody needs at the moment. It's what Brighton need. It's what Newcastle need. It's what United need. Probably what Arsenal need in relation to a striker. They've got very good managers. And when they can put their best 11 out, they're a good side. But everybody's just suffering with injuries, aren't they? I mean, I think Spurs looked fantastic up until that Chelsea debacle. And not only did they get 2 people sent off, they also got... They also lost a couple of people with injury, didn't they? Nice ball down the left-hand side. Gill. Oh, it's a delightful cross. And Son must brush his forehead there. I mean, I just don't know how. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how Spurs aren't in front here. We're in London, aren't we? Says Blake. Yeah, I mean, I thought Son's going to head that. On the replay, I thought that's one of those on the replay that I still think he's going to head it. Oh my God, he's so close to that. Corner to Spurs. Which Champions League games are you doing watch-alongs for, says Cott. So obviously United Galatasaray on Wednesday, which is a 5:45 kickoff. That'll be on the United stand. Tuesday night, Paris Saint-Germain against Newcastle. Looking forward to that. Probably the end of Newcastle in Europe, isn't it? But I'm not looking forward to that. I'm just saying it'll be a big game. Well, Villa have been a bit ropey away from home. They lost to Forest, didn't they? They obviously lost to Newcastle. Badly lost to Newcastle on the opening day. Liverpool. They don't travel well, Villa. They're brilliant at home. But whatever happens in this game, Spurs are going to be absolutely distraught if they don't win this based on their first 20 minutes here. DJ Spider says, who you got winning? Well, I think, you know, I've got to be, at least I'm consistent. I felt Newcastle were vulnerable yesterday at home and they battered Chelsea. I think Spurs are vulnerable at home here today, but they're battering Villa without scoring. So just goes to show, you know, going against the home team is dangerous. Edge of the box. Good shot. Oh my God. What an absolute hit that is by Lo Celso. That is a rocket. And for all the misses, for all the easy misses that Spurs have had, they've just gone and scored the hardest goal because it's an absolute banger. He's got a foot sponsored by NASA. His name is Lo Celso. He's absolutely rocketed that into the top corner from the corner. The corner comes in. It finds itself to the edge of the box. Should Villa be marking people on the edge of the box? I think it might catch a bit of a deflection, really. Emi Martinez seems to be very unsighted, but he hits it so well. Yeah, deflection. You ain't saving those. I've played the game in goal. Lo Celso hits it, and I think it hits the back of Konza. No, it hits the knee of Carlos. You ain't saving that. I wish United could have the energy of half the energy of these teams, says Hunter. 1-0 Spurs. It's been coming. It's only what they deserve, isn't it? We can't deny that. Is there any assist points in that? Yeah, it's definitely been coming. Lo Celso with the goal. 1-0. There it is. It's on his shoulder. Well, Villa have got to step up here. They've had a really bad last 20 minutes. Digne is thinking about the cross. It's not a bad one. Watkins 1-1. Oh my God. Oh my God. This game is absolutely fantastic. I've got Watkins in my FPL as well. Spurs can't defend. They can definitely attack, but they can't defend. I mean, I can see this. Digne's got time to put the cross in. Look, he takes a touch. He's offside. He's offside. He's offside. Yeah, he's offside. And he's only offside because he's got himself off into an offside position. It's a great response by Villa, but he's just held his run too late. He's just got to hold it a little bit. He's definitely offside there. But, you know, that's a warning shot to Villa. That's a warning shot to Spurs there, that Aston Villa, defensively, Spurs are a bloody nightmare, aren't they? I mean, Digne there looked up, took a touch, then put the cross in. At this level, you shouldn't be able to do that. The centre-back, I mean, they have got Emerson Royale playing at centre-back, but they shouldn't be able to do that. I need this to be a goal for FPL, so it's definitely not going to be a goal. Why are they taking so long? VAR is so shit. It's obviously offside. It's so obviously offside. Why are they taking so long? This is why we're playing 10-minute games added on all the time. Marvin thinks it's on. Well, it could be on because of the angle, but from what we're looking at there, that looks miles off. Jack says it's clearly on. Shoulder of Emerson. Head of Watkins. I mean, I think he looks miles off. Gerald says, please be off. I think it's off. I think it looks off and I think it will be off. I'm surprised how long that takes. If this is offside, then I'm going to call it out. I mean, I'm fed up with this. They should just give the goal. That's a fucking joke. So it ends up being offside for the reason we think it's offside. 3 fucking minutes. I agree with Abdullah. It looks offside and they've took 3 minutes to do that. Their technology is shit. The technology in this country is fucking shit. To take that long, I thought they had some sort of weird angle on it. They don't have a weird angle. It's this. They've used the lines on the picture we've got where we can see it's offside. We can see that's offside in 10 seconds. I thought they had a different angle or something. Just draw the fucking lines. As Bart says, is it not 3 minutes to get to that decision? Rubbish. Bart, thank you very much for your super chat. This has got to change. This has got to change. It takes too, I'm putting it down as a podcast topic. It's too long on offsides. It's ruining the game. VAR, offsides, you're on Pratt of the Week list. Absolute ridiculous. 3 minutes for that. You can't have that. If it's going to take 3 minutes to do an offside, fuck off. Forget about it. Like, you've either got the technology or you haven't. And if you haven't got it, piss off. Give the goal. And I'm completely with Jacob here. The reason I don't want to see it is completely destroys the tempo of the game. In fact, Bentancur's just gone down injured. Now, is he injured because it would have happened anyway? Or is he injured because of a bit of a stop-start? Basuma suspended today. I didn't even realise he was out. Is there a new rule then? They have to spend a minimum of 3 minutes on offside. Did this in the Arsenal game yesterday as well on a clear offside, says Nicholas. Mate, it's out of control. I could tell you all sorts about what's going on with the officiating at the moment. Anthony Taylor yesterday is a bloody disgrace, giving 2 yellow cards because a player shouted at him. Grow the fuck up, mate. You're shit at your job. I think people are going to shout at you because you're shit at your job. And the PGMOL are obviously crapping themselves here. Like, you are ruining the game, lads. You're ruining the game. You cannot take 3 minutes on an offside when we're getting a game like this that's absolutely fantastic. You can't slow it down. Get the technology or turn it off. 3 minutes on an offside. And you know what they're doing as well? This will make you laugh. They haven't got the technology. They haven't got it. They're looking at a picture that's not straight on and drawing fucking lines. Anybody with a brain who knows about these things will tell you that what they're doing is a bloody joke at this level. You cannot do offsides from a camera that's not straight on and start drawing bloody lines. They draw down and stuff like that. Get a camera that looks straight on or fuck it off. This is what Ange was talking about when the decisions are overly criticised. They take too long on VAR because causing stop-start moments, increasing injuries. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. BS. Paz says, stop moaning. Oh, Paz, you must be in the minority. We must all bow down to your intellect. You enjoy sitting there for 3 minutes looking at something that's blatantly offside because they're shit scared of getting something wrong. I mean, look, in that case, give it on. Well, another injury for Spurs, sadly, here. It looks like Bentancur is going to be coming off and Højbjerg's going to be coming on. It's unlucky for Villa, by the way. I mean, the amount of time they had to put that cross in. No mention of Venables, says Benjamin. Stop trying to be a twat, Benjamin. I mean, what are you, some sort of grief saint? I mean, we spoke about it at the start. Why have you come on? Why would you even say that? Why would you come on to a stream and start saying no mention of Venables? Like, we literally mentioned it at the start of the stream. It's really, really sad. I'm really shocked by it. Could be a second yellow here for Matty Cash. He is on a yellow card. World Cup VAR was very good, says Logan. It's really sad for Bentancur because I think he's been a really good signing for Spurs, even in the shit era. Disagree with you completely. Dunk shouldn't sarcastically shaking the ref's hand. Some of these footballers are divas as much as the refs are incompetent, says 58 Go. Mate, if you want to know about a diva, Anthony Taylor's reputation off the pitch is an absolute joke. Apparently, well, I'm not even going to tell you, but yeah. Makes me wonder what the point in linesman is if it just goes to VAR anyway, says Daz. VAR equals virtually always wrong, says Darren. I think it was offside. I mean, I'd love it to have been a goal for Villa because I've got Ollie Watkins. I think it was offside. Bentancur has come off here. Another injury for Spurs. Unbelievable, really. Only just come back. Højbjerg comes on. It's amazing. Spurs, look, I've got no sympathy for Spurs. Well, I have, but they're not the only one. Like, everyone talks about Spurs' injury record. Look at Brighton, look at Newcastle, look at United, look at Chelsea. It's happening to everybody, and it's coming to a club near you. I don't personally think that... I personally think that the stop-start nature of football is not great either. I think they play too many games. I think they play too long. And I also think that all these VAR decisions are causing a lot of injuries because players are... I mean, look at the first 25 minutes of this game. Intense, 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 intense. Then you get the offside and everyone stood around for 3 minutes. It's not good for the body. Any sports scientist will tell you this. It's terrible for footballers to be standing around for 2 or 3 minutes waiting on a decision when the game is this intense. It's not. And at some point, somebody's going to blow the doors off that isn't me or you because people don't listen to us because we're just fans. Somebody is going to do something very soon who knows about all this. They're going to do an article and they're going to say the increase in injuries in the Premier League has gone up by 30, 40%, and it's because they're playing too many games for too long and it's too stop-start. And then the Premier League will go, well, okay, well, look at it. Look at it now. Look at it now. You've brought in added time. You're stopping the game all the time. And we've had a huge increase in injuries for everybody. Look at what you're doing to the best league in the world. You are destroying it. You are diluting it. There is a direct correlation this season in an increase in injuries because you play too many minutes and you stop and start the game too much. You're doing it. So it's not just bad officiating from the PGMOL in the Premier League. They're also injuring players because of their bad decision making on, we want to play 100 minutes and get rid of time wasting. We want to stop for 3, 4, 5 minutes to make sure we get our shit decisions right. They're destroying it. They're destroying it. And somebody's going to blow the doors off with an article on that very, very soon. And just style of play, I think, is the Spurs injury list. Just look at Liverpool's injury list when Klopp first came in, says 58 go. Nothing will change with Howard Webb in charge. He's incompetent, says the HPN. I read something yesterday that the injuries at this time of the season compared to the last few years have gone up by 30%. I don't know whether that's accurate or not, but I guarantee you it has gone up. Oh, Kulisevsky with a shot just wide. Frederick says, I watch VAR/referees on social media and I know that sometimes it's not the only offside they check. They check other things too, says Frederick. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that one. As a Leicester fan, happy we got relegated so we don't have to put up with VAR. We can just celebrate goals without worrying it's offside, says Callum. Oh, it's a lovely thing. I was on about this the other day. Arsenal wouldn't have been invincible if VAR existed. Perez dived against, I can't remember the team. I spoke about it the other week. He dived and VAR would not have given the penalty and they would have lost the game 1-0. I don't want Arsenal to lose their invincibles. I'm just saying, how many great moments from the last 30 years would have been destroyed by VAR? Portsmouth it was. That was it, Temmie. Thank you. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe. You know what, though? It was a great game until that offside. And the intensity's gone, hasn't it? Tell me I'm wrong. The game has lost its intensity since that offside. Although Spurs looking to get a bit back here. Feel the Prem becoming a bit of a joke. Next Saturday, the first televised game in UK is 5:30 after 6 Premier League teams, including Arsenal, have played, says Elliot Taylor. And Mark, they need Adidas balls to use the World Cup Champions League offside technology. Premier League won't switch it from Nike because of greed, says Aman. Disgusting. Disgusting. And Nicholas says, just remove VAR for offsides. If the linesman can't see it, it hasn't given the attacker a significant advantage, says Nicholas Cage. I mean, look, VAR, the one thing I would keep with VAR is offside. I don't mind the offside technology. I just don't think it's worth having something if it takes long. You know, my issue with VAR at the moment is this, right? If it takes you an hour to get to London on a train using, you know, fossil fuels, whatever, but it will take you 10 hours to get there by using solar power. Well, I'm sorry, I'm using the fossil fuels because I can be there in an hour. And I think this is the problem with the Premier League. The VAR stuff is not fit for purpose. It takes too long. And we're destroying the game to use something. And what we should have done is we should have gone, until we've got the right technology to keep the game flowing, we're not going to switch it on. But they have switched it on. Kamara's just been booked for Villa here. Few Villa players have been booked. Look at that league table at the moment. Look at where Spurs are. People are writing Spurs off. They're a point off the top if they win here today. Greta Thunberg's not happy with you now, says Mike. British guy says that's a crap analogy. Well, no, it's not. You're just too thick to understand it. What I'm saying is, it's not efficient. VAR is not efficient. They brought something in that slows the game down, when actually there's technology out there to make it a lot quicker. They just haven't implemented it. So don't use something that slows the game down. We should never bring anything into football that dilutes football. And we have. We have. VAR should never have been brought in. It should have been voted for. I don't understand why football is allowed to make decisions that are, you know, disruptive to the game just because some suits at the top of football decide it's a good idea. It should be put to the fans. It's the fans' game. Surely AI could be brought in along with VAR, says Alexander. And it's very worrying. Robbo says it's a very worrying indictment of where VAR is, that supposed professionals are taking an age with an obvious decision that Joe Bloggs can spot in a matter of seconds. Makes the refs look like idiots, says Robbo. 96. Thanks, Robbo. Lil Rich, check your own fucking volume, you dick. I tell you what, I get tired of people saying volume seems a little bit low. Turn it up then. I don't control your volume. My volume is the same it's always been. Turn yours up. Bloody idiots. Tottenham are going to do really well this season. Mark my words, says Shate. You need to spend in January. You need to spend in January, mate. Alan Kenny says, look how quickly goal line technology is. It's instant decision. Yeah, well, we do have the technology to do that. But what we're doing at the moment is bloody... I can't believe... If you'd have said to me 10 years ago, we're going to... I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this sentence. If you said to me 10 years ago, in 10 years' time, they'll be looking at offsides with pictures drawing lines from angles that aren't straight, I'd go... Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Didn't VAR just do its job? An offside goal would have been given. No. And also, I don't know what you're talking about, Bizarre Pudding. No, I think the offside was... I've got no problem whether they give it on or offside. I'm talking about how long it takes to give it. Ahmad says, if Man United lose to Everton, I'm done. I don't like this referee as well. His hair's rubbish and he books too many players. What's the name of this referee? Because he's got a very... Yeah, Robert Jones. Robert. Sorry if we've got any Roberts in the chat. Should Spurs have had a penalty right at the start of the game? 60% said no. 40% said yes. 5 minutes to go to half time. Adogi into Gill. Good cross. Villa fans, what are you thinking? Interesting point here. Josh says, game should be like ice hockey, no offsides, more of a fun watch. I think it would destroy football without offsides because the striker could just stand up on the edge of on the penalty spot, couldn't they, all game? Corner to Villa. No, I think Watkins was offside. I was just disgusted at how long it took. And, you know, psychologically, I think it damages fans as well because, you know, if that goal's not given quickly, you get up and running again. 3 minutes, people get irritated by it. They're like, what are we waiting for? Why are we waiting for this? It's clearly offside, and it takes the momentum out of the game. Ice hockey apparently has got offside. Don't watch it. Goldbridge for PM, says Justin. Here we go, look. Robert Jones sticking his nose in again. It's all about it's all about the officials. Theo says, would you agree that the ball should be in play for 90 minutes every game? Yeah, mate, we'd be playing till Christmas. Who have put the injury spell on Spurs when they finally playing good football? Pep, says Matt. Spurs play Man City next week. Lovely play by Spurs here. Son's onside. He should go all the way. I've got him in my FPL. Oh, Jesus. What a finish. If he's offside... Yeah, he's given an offside. Shit! That's 2 goals I've not had now. Son and Watkins. Yeah, he's miles off, yeah. He took it well. He's miles off. Could the injuries and suspensions for Spurs be good in the long run, as it shows the owners what we need to spend, as with depth we are title contenders, says Joshua. Well, you need to spend in January. Who would you say is signing of... who's the better signing, Havertz or Mount, says Phoenix? Well, Havertz at the moment. Mount's done nothing. I mean, just on that goal yesterday, Havertz is a better signing, isn't he? Mark's got better the hair than the ref, says where is chicken. Yeah. So, yeah, this is why I don't like Fantasy Premier League. I mean, I've had 2 goal scorers today, and they've both been bloody offside. Kiss my arse. He hasn't got the same haircut as me. His haircut's shit. He's shaved it really round the sides, so it basically looks like he's stuck it on the top. It's crap hair, his is. Bizarre Pudding, thanks for the super chat. Villa with the cross into the box, back post, Diaby keeps it in. Struggling away from home again, Villa. Kamara does well. Diaby with the cross. Ooh, corner. Corner. VAR is killing football, says Justin. Goal kick. Pedro Porro here. I mean, this is the problem with 50-50 tackles. Players just fly to the ground. Kamara clearly gets the ball here. Pedro Porro and Kamara. Kamara is stretching. Gets the ball. Sorry, gets the ball. You know, I've said this so many times. You're allowed to win the ball and you can get injured afterwards. That's not a yellow card. Mark, how stressful is it being the conscience of football, says Bizarre Pudding? Well, I'm not that. You know, anybody who thinks that Kamara should get booked there doesn't deserve to watch football again. You should turn your TV off and never watch it till your deathbed. It's not on. Like, you can get injured in this sport, and we need to keep this going. Kamara wins the ball first, and Porro is committed and gets caught. Absolutely fine. Got no issue with that at all. He's won the ball and Porro catches the bottom of his foot. Simple as that. So great tackle, says Pyro. People need to grow up and realise that you can get hurt in this game. We can't sanction everything. Well, 6 minutes added on. What a surprise. And at least 4 of that is because of an offside. It's incredible how much football these players are having to play these days, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. I love the Ooh, I don't even like the Beach Boys. I don't even like the Beach Boys. 6 minutes added on. I think from Villa's point of view, probably need that second goal. Spurs' point of view, probably need that second goal. Samir Brown, these refs are ruining the game. What's the point in saying captains may only speak to the refs? When they do, they just get yellow card for dissent, says Samir. And Oliver says, pausing for VAR disrupts the rhythm in the heart rate, muscle tension and alertness for players, says Oliver. Mate, I'm telling you, there might even be a journalist listening to this stream, or somebody might clip it up and give it to them. I'm telling you, it's coming down the line 100%. They're going to look at what the PGMOL and what the Premier League are doing to players, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. The games are being elongated by 10 minutes on average every game. They're stop-starting. It's not good for these players' bodies. And that's not just muscle injuries and everything. It's not good for their hearts either. But they're doing it for greed as well. That's the worst thing. They're doing it for greed, mates. More money, more games. But I think Spurs are worthy of the lead here. They've been the better side. Of that, there is no doubt. They've had the better chances. But here's the RB. Oh, he's not done well there. The thing about what I would say for Villa is they're still in the game while it's 1-0. And they're probably still in the game when it's 2-0 because defensively Spurs are all over the place because of the injuries they've got. But look, I look at that league table and it makes me laugh because people have almost written off Spurs, haven't they? Because of the injury problems and losing 2 games in a row, people have sort of written Spurs off, and they shouldn't be written off. I mean, there'd be a point off the top if they win here. Snoop, Loop, that's our way. I tell you what, I watched a cracking film last night. I'm getting into my Christmas films at the moment, but there's so many I need to watch, so I start early, and I started last night with one of my staple favourites. Bit of a niche cult classic, actually. Ooh, Vicario, very quick there, did well. Pass back by Gill, and Vicario was really quick with Ollie Watkins ready to pounce. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're very welcome on That's Football. Everybody's very welcome on here. We have some interesting conversations. Some would say we have the conversations other people don't do. But it's because we care. Look at Man United in the red there. Terrible goal difference. The only club in the top 10 that have got a negative goal difference. That's shit. And we won't beat that today because that's -3 as well. Bloody hell. I watched the Ronnie O'Sullivan documentary and that's a goal. And it's Pau Torres this time, 1-1. And this is what I mean about Spurs defensively. They are absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. They couldn't defend a cake from a dead squirrel. They'll probably take about 3 minutes on this now. He's onside. If they take 3 minutes on this, I'm going to despair. He's onside. It's a lovely header by Pau Torres. It's a lovely cross as well. I presume his shirt's being pulled as well. What a header that is. That's a good header as well because Vicario has got a good position on this. Lovely header by Pau Torres. And Emery's really happy. He's thrown his fists around like Tyson Fury. Well, Pau Torres should have scored in the first 10 minutes. He scored in the last few minutes of this half. A fantastic header. Lovely goal. Well done. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. I can't believe this. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't deal with this anymore. We can't check every goal for fucking 3 minutes. It's onside. Give the bloody goal. That's a minute and a half. That's a minute and a half. We've had about 4.5 minutes checking offsides. Oh, well done. You've got to the right decision. You've only wasted everybody's 90 seconds of people's lives. Can I have that back, please? I'm gonna send an email to the PGMOL tomorrow saying you wasted 4.5 minutes of my life yesterday. Can I have it back? Bloody hell. Robbo says they're doing the check. Everyone in VAR has main character syndrome. You know what? It's killing the game, innit? Come on, it's killing the game. We've had a good first half here, but it's took nearly an hour. It's a 45-minute game. We've played for nearly 55 minutes. No wonder there's a bloody injury crisis. 55-minute halves. You know, you're getting on for 110-minute games. Anyway, look, from a Spurs point of view, you've got to be fuming. You've been the better side by a long, long way. What's going on here? Why is this here? I need to get rid of this. You've been the better team by a long way. We're not doing Everton Man United. What's going on? They've been the better team by a long way, but defensively, they're dodgy. They're very dodgy. There we go. I've played the game. I've played the game. I've played the game. 1-1 at half time. Goodison Bridge. 1-1 at half time is the correct score. And look, I think it's been a really interesting game. And I think that, as I say, we saw with the goal that wasn't given for Watkins just how vulnerable that Spurs defence is, and it's gonna be. They've got no Van der Ven, they've got no Romero. Get rid of VAR and give the coaches a challenge each, says Adsi. Yeah, I think it's. I thought this about Spurs when that Watkins cross came in. Digne's got it. He looks up, he takes a touch, and then he delivers the cross, and Ollie Watkins has got about 10 metres of space. Straight away, I said to myself, Goldbridge or Goldie or Mark, whatever, that Spurs defence is an accident waiting to happen. They don't know what they're doing, and lo and behold, it's happened just before half-time. You can score against that Spurs defence at the moment, and for all the good work they do on the front foot, defensively, this could be a real opportunity for Spurs. What a second half we've got, though. I thought for 25 minutes, that game was absolutely incredible. The game of the weekend. And then, as we've discussed before, the VAR just killed the momentum for a bit. But they've done fantastically well to cope with all the injuries they've got, Spurs. And they'll just be pissed off. Ange will be pissed off. He'll be going, I can't believe it, mate. I can't believe it, mate. We're so bad at the back. I'd rather have Kylie and Jason at the back, Madge in goal, and Harold Bishop at right back. Absolutely rubbish. And put Bouncer at left back as well. I'm a Villa supporter. I was looking forward all weekend to the match. VAR has killed all enjoyment, says the HPN. VAR destroyed that half, says Issa. I'm going to tweet that. See if it gets any good reaction. Cracking half of football. Totally killed by over excessive VAR checks. But yeah, fair play to both teams. And I thought, yeah, look, I think this is where Ange was right, wasn't it? Because he had basically said that the game is being destroyed by all the VAR checks because they're, so panicky about getting them right. And if you're Spurs, how quickly you play with the intensity you press. Oh, that looks lovely from KFC. I'd love KFC to sponsor me. The stuffing stacker. Oh, please. Anyway, I think with the intensity that Spurs play with, that you go and get a VAR check for 3 minutes and the players slow down a bit. It's not good for them, isn't it? And Spurs really didn't regain the momentum that they had before that VAR check. Matty Cash is a git, says Harrison Jones. I mean, we've had a lot of yellow cards. I've got to give credit to Spurs first of all, because that's basically Villa's best side. Villa aren't really missing anybody. I mean, Jacob Ramsey, I think, is a great player, but he's on the bench. 3 yellow cards for Villa: Cash, Kamara, and McGinn. And Spurs haven't had 1 yellow card. But look at Spurs, right? Basuma is suspended. Romero is suspended. Van de Ven is injured. Maddison is injured. Richarlison is injured. Bentancur has just gone off injured. They can't carry these sort of injuries, Spurs. And they're only playing 1 game a week. They don't even play in Europe. So for Spurs to be competitive, and I mean, technically in a title race, if they can win this game, it's incredible what they're doing. And I sympathise. I do sympathise with the Brightons and the Spurs and the Newcastles and the Chelseas and obviously Manchester United. But it's happening to more and more teams, isn't it? And it's actually, we want to have the best league in the world, and there is problems with officiating, and there is problems with the amount of games and minutes being added on, and there is problems with how long we're stopping and starting, and there's been a massive increase in injuries this season, and I would implore decent journalists to write an article on this. But what is also the problem is that injuries is just making it easier for Man City. It's becoming about who's got the biggest squad, and the people who have the biggest squad have got the most money, and you can't compete. Like Spurs were competing and now they can't compete. So really, the Premier League can only be won now by the teams that have the biggest squads. That's what they've done by adding all this time and taking all this time to do VAR, which is increasing injuries. You're basically saying the team with the biggest squad will win the league, not the team with the best 11. Best 11 Spurs against best 11 Man City. What a game. Next week, it's going to be a very good Man City side and a very weakened Spurs side. And they've got to look at this. They've got to look at it. Less is more sometimes. That's not what she said. But no, less is more, because we want to see the best Spurs side play the best Man City side. Next Sunday, we're going to see a very good Man City side play a Spurs side that's got half its best players missing. How is that good for the game? How is it good for the game? I just want to say as well, it was a shock to me when I came live. That's what she said. But no, it was a shock when I started the stream, because I'd been out for the last couple of hours. I'd been watching my daughter play. So when I got in, got myself something to eat, went live with you lovely people, and then just saw that Terry Venables had died at 80 years of age. Terry Venables is a manager that's been a part of my life growing up. I'm not a Spurs fan, but I was an England fan. I loved what he did with England in Euro 96. It was one of the second best tournament of my life after Italia 90, and always be grateful for that. The football we played, I'll never forget beating Holland 4-1 at Wembley. It was a great tournament, and Terry Venables was a huge part of that. So we'll always be grateful for that. But he was also a very good pundit. I mean, we didn't have a lot of choice when I was growing up. You couldn't watch things like That's Football. There was no social media. So you were subjected to what you got on the telly. But Terry Venables on Match of the Day with Jimmy Hill and Alan Hansen, it was a good listen and it was a good watch. I remember him winning the FA Cup with Spurs in '91 with Gaza. Well, Gaza didn't play. Very, very sad news for football. Terry Venables is an icon of the English game, and it's very sad news. I was very shocked when I went live and I heard that. I didn't even know he was ill. So rest in peace to Terry Venables. And it's a really sad news, and I'm sure everybody who lived through that era and knew about Terry Venables will feel the same. There we go. Villa are flying above their weight here, says Dave, and sick to see Spurs missing all those chances, says Xavier. Well, yeah, I mean, I was going to mention that when you look at the first half, Spurs had 65% possession, 7 shots to 5, 3 shots on target to 1. But I don't think Spurs concede that goal if they've got Romero and Van de Ven. I think that virtually every cross into the box has been a chance for Aston Villa. And I think Emery will just keep telling them to put it in. They've got people who can put a good cross in the box. Digne, Matty, Cash, McGinn. And that Spurs defence of, it's Ben Davies and Emerson Royale. They're fullbacks. it's a skill, and they haven't got a centre-back who can play there. So, yeah, it's a concern for Spurs because Aston Villa will fancy themselves scoring again. City don't have a big squad, says Abu Bakar. Okay, you're a prat. Romero gets a red if he's playing, says Jeffrey. And as a Villa fan, we're shaky, but I trust in Unai to convince these lads to push on and get another, says J3. Yeah, I think the second half's going to be massively, massively intriguing, isn't it? How it's going to play out. But just somebody was asking me then. I've started watching my Christmas films now. You might be interested in this, you might not, but I was meant to say it's in the first half. So I would recommend this film. I make no money from it. It doesn't matter. It's been made. It's been made in 23 years ago. I started watching my Christmas films last night. I'm going to watch another one tonight, Rambo First Blood. I can tell. I'll start telling you my list if you want. But my first one last night was The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. It's on ITVX. That's the only place I could find it. I used to have it on DVD years ago. It's a bit of a niche Christmas film. It's sort of, I suppose it's a great film. I love it. Some people don't like it. I really do like it. It's a mess with your head film because he sort of has everything. I suppose it's got Scrooge themes in a way, but it's very different to that. And effectively, yeah, he's got everything, and then he goes and lives a different life and realizes that, that's more important than that. I'm not watching Falling Down. It's got nothing to do with Christmas. Home Alone is on my list. I'll watch that soon. But it's a great film. I'd check it out if you've never seen it. I really enjoyed it. Die Hard, I watch on Christmas Eve, Daniel. That's my Christmas Eve film. Right, second half then. Which way do we think this is going to go? I suppose a little bit like Liverpool and City, a draw might be a good idea. It's just Danny says, what about a Christmas film watch-along? Could do. I'd have to do it on Twitch, though. Watch The Fat Man as well with Mel Gibson. That's one I recommended to you before. That's well worth a watch. Kyron says, we need to worry about Spurs when they get their players back and sign some in January. Well, there's lots of if, buts and maybes there. If they get their players back, what if they get their players... I mean, I've said this about Manchester United. What if players come back and then other players get injured in the interim? What if Son gets injured for Spurs in a couple of weeks? So that's one thing. You're talking about signing players. What if you don't sign players? I mean, Daniel Levy's not the best for doing that. So there's a lot of if, buts and maybes. If I was Spurs, I would be hoping you can just get enough points. I mean, how many games is it that Spurs have got until January? And I'd be buying players on January the 1st. That's what I'd be doing. But if I was Spurs, I'd look at the Man City. I'd try and win this one, obviously. Man City, I mean, it's a bonus. West Ham at home, win. Newcastle at home, win. Forest away, win. Everton at home, win. Brighton away, going to be tough. Bournemouth at home, win. And then you don't play in the Premier League again until the 14th of January. So for Spurs, it's about winning as many games as they can. And then on January the 1st, you better be buying a couple of players because you've got a great chance of top four if you can do that. 3-2 to Tottenham, says Bailey. Ref is killing the game. VAR nerds binning worldwide. Spurs ain't got a chance. Up the Villa, says Derek. And Spurs don't win trophies. Buying players is a waste of money, says Bowser. I don't think they'll beat Newcastle, says BK. No, I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying hoodies don't suit me. Just wanted to show the world. Hoodies don't suit me. I look a right idiot in a hoodie. I haven't got the head for it. I haven't got the head for hoodies, and I haven't got... Look how the way it's coming up here as well. Like, hoodies really, for me, need to be at the back. I look like an idiot. I look like the kid from E.T. Look an absolute twat. Caps don't suit me either. Just haven't got the head for it. Hug a hoodie. Sean Dyche. I've just seen Sean Dyche on TV. I'm up for it. I've been here since 7 o'clock. I'm like Gary Neville. Attack the day. Attack Ten Hag. I'm going to beat the shit out of him and his team. Internet Explorer can't wear hats. Goldbridge. Looks like you belong in Fall Guys, says Matthew. I'm going to play a bit of Fall Guys. We'll get back doing that. Mark, as a Chelsea fan, I'm worried. What do you think we need to get back Osman? You've just answered the question, Mr. Crayon. You need a top-class striker. That's what you need. From the streets, Mark. Yeah, well, look, people talk about urban upbringings, and they are very, 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 very challenging. But flip side of that coin, living in a rural village can be quite dangerous as well. You wander into a cow field at the wrong time of the year when a bull's in season, and you're in danger. All right, he's not walking around with weapons, but he's got two big horns. Barbed wire. People who don't live in the country will not know the danger of barbed wire. The amount of times I'd be climbing over it and cut my leg quite badly. You know, you've got to think about tetanus, infection, and the initial injury, which can lead to stitches. The roads, we don't have street lights on our roads. So, you know, if you're walking from one village to the next and you're wearing dark clothing, you are an accident waiting to happen. So, look, yes, there is an urban danger growing up, and we're all fully aware of those. We see it on the news all the time. But there's a lot of unreported incidents in rural Britain that are very dangerous as well. What Villa player would you take at United, says Jack. We're about to kick off the second half here. What Villa player would I take at Manchester United? I would take... hi, says Jarek. I like a lot of their centre-backs, and I think Man United need centre-backs. Pau Torres is a good centre-back. I actually think Cons is quite good. That Carlos is interesting as well. Both their full-backs are very reliable. They're better than, you know, as understudies to Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. I'd be very happy with that. Their midfield is better than Man United's. Douglas Luiz is better than anything we've got. Jacob Ramsey I really like. Ollie Watkins would be a very good striker option. DRB. I mean, this is the improvements of Aston Villa. They've actually got a lot of players that I think even Liverpool fans would say, oh, I don't mind that player, I don't mind that player, I don't mind that player. He's assembled a good squad. Leon Bailey's come on for Aston Villa here. Is that tactical? He's made 2 subs. Cash and Diaby on. Sorry, Cash and Diaby off. Bailey and Tillemans on. I was terrified of getting tetanus when I was young, says Lee. Yeah, I was. Does it still exist? I don't know whether that's one of those urban legends. Like when we were growing up, tetanus was something like, is that where your jaw locks? Like everybody was terrified when I was a kid of tetanus. It's like one of those, it's like white dog poo. It doesn't exist anymore, does it? Dog shit used to be white when I was a kid. You get tetanus shots now, yeah. Kobe Mainoo starts for Manchester United, says Khalid, apparently. Don't know whether that's being confirmed. We're up and running in the second half here, though. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Obviously, Aston Villa equalising just before half-time, but Spurs had lots and lots of chances. And Ainge will be telling them to really get up them again. Just lost my live chat there. Evelyn says, do you think Man City versus Aston Villa will be a good game? Is that game at City or at Villa? I think Villa away from home are still a work in progress. I think at home they're very good. It's at Villa. Well, yeah, I think they could have a chance there. If you're a school teacher, what subject would you teach? Says Blocks. I don't know. I've never wanted to be one. It's at Villa Park on a Wednesday night, says Tom. Oh, that's the midweek stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Well, free kick here for the mighty Spurs. They started off with a bit of energy. United players have arrived at Goodison. Remember, I'm live on that United stand straight after this. There's a bit of a rumour going around that Kobe Minu starts for Manchester United. Lovely cross in. Martinez puts a punch on it. And shot goes wide. Another corner for Spurs. Hopefully Luke Shaw will be starting. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I'm just getting a few messages coming in on the team news for United, so I'll give it you as soon as I know. Oh, free header for Son over the bar. Fuck off. I need Son and Watkins to score. McTominay starts. Oh, thanks. McTominay starting. Luke Chadwick's been left out again, says Manchester. How many United first teams watch the United stand, says Bateman? I don't fucking know. I know they do watch it. I know a few that do, but I don't know how many. Do you think Diaby would be a good signing for United, says Hooker? I'm a bit worried, wondering why he came off at half time. To be honest. Well, Spurs have started off quite well here. Kulusevski. It's one of those games, isn't it? It's a bit like, you absolutely dominate somebody attacking-wise, but you don't take your chances, and then defensively you're weak. No stats on the screen. No stats on the screen in the second half, Eleanor. The reason for that is that we've got the United game going on as well, and we've got our countdown to kick-off show. So they use the stats carousel on that. So I have to use a static screen, which is why that's there. No Varane, no Højlund for Manchester United. Garnacho starts, no Anthony. Shaw and Delo start. Martial starts, no Amrabat. Villa on the break here. Bailey. He might get the shot off. It's not a bad shot. Vicario. Oh, he palms it onto the post. It comes back, hits his back, but it's not one of those Pratt moments where it goes over the line. Keeper would have been very disappointed with that if that had ended up going in. But Villa showing their ability to break away and threat there. I'm just trying to figure out what this United lineup is. I think it's Maguire and Lindelof with Shaw and Delo at fullback. Obviously, Onana in goal. So, Onana in goal, Delo, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Mainu, McTominay, Bruno, Garnacho, Martial, Rashford. No Amrabat, no Anthony, no Varane, no Højlund. Yeah. I think that is it. And another corner here for Aston Villa. Mount's injured, George, so he wouldn't be playing anyway. Sounds like an Ollie team. Mario G says, Ten Hag has lost his marbles, not picking Varane. Well, my stance on this is very strong. Why would you never pick... You know, Varane's one of the best centre-backs of the last decade in the world. Pick your best players. It doesn't make any sense to me, but... you know, we should be all right. We should be all right. I mean, I don't think Everton are that good. Henny says, I believe Maguire is actually French for defeat. The Chuckle brothers are back in full form. Reminds me of Ollie's team, says Nigel. Kulusevski's breaking away here. They've got a 3v2. He's got to look at a pass here. He can't do it. He can't do it. Oh, Son could have gone down in the box there. Back into Kulusevski. Oh, Brennan Johnson on the back post. That would have been a great goal. Great goal. It's an interesting midfield three for Manchester United. If it's Mainu and Scott McTominay. Yeah, it is. Onana, Delo, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Mainu, McTominay, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Garnacho. There's a star man waiting in the sky. .55 minutes gone here. Villa breaking away again. Here's Leon Bailey. He falls over. Trips himself up. The nerves starting to kick in. I don't get nervous. We've got bloody Liverpool at Anfield in a few weeks. I don't get nervous. It's the reality of United playing, isn't it? You spend so much time as a fan of a football club talking about things, and actually, we're now going to be playing. Anything can happen with United. We could win 3-0. We could lose 3-0. Another well-architect build-up play by Spurs. They just can't put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, I really do think, from Spurs' point of view, some of the chances they've created, they've been millimetres away. You know, you think about that cross to Son from Brennan Johnson. He put it over the bar. The cross that just missed his head. That cross for Brennan Johnson there. I mean, they've had good opportunities. When you started the United stand, which year did you build your connections inside United and journalists, says M. Parker? I'm not telling you that. But this is your life. I'm not giving you away everything. I'm sorry. I don't know what gave you the impression I was going to tell you all that. There we go. Watkins. He's fell over. He's got back up. Did well to get back up. Is Wan-Bissaka injured again, says Liam? I don't know what the bench is. Oh, that's a heavy touch. Good tackle. Adogi. Evelyn says, do you think that Man City versus Liverpool was rigged? How? Why would it be rigged? What are you talking about? I can't think of any part of that game that would be rigged. Oh, God, I haven't stood up for a while. My back is really like concrete. The game stats I had to turn off because we need them for United Stand, but they'll be on the United Stand watch along yet. This game's going to finish 4-2 to Spurs, says Ahmad. Goldbridge getting nervous. No, I mean, I can't get my words out. I'm speechless. I look forward to Manchester United playing, and we've got 3 really exciting games. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that with that excitement, there's also realism that probably for the last 2 years, Man United have been a bad side away from home. We don't tend to win well away from home. And we've got 3 very big away games coming up with Everton today, Galatasaray on Wednesday and Newcastle. If we could win 2 of those 3 and draw the other one, I'd be very happy. The important thing is not to lose. Kulusevski's done well here. Brennan Johnson into Son. I think there's 2 offsides there. Yeah. Mark, do you think Mbappe has wasted his career at PSG, or do you think he could save it by moving to Madrid or a Premier League side as Phoenix? I think a player of the... Let me just watch this back. Yeah, they're both offside. I mean, this, to be fair to Villa, we talk about that offside, like that high line, but that high line there, as brave as it is, kills that chance. Do you think City's charge will affect title race, says Jake? You do realise they were charged before they won the treble, so I don't think it'll affect them at all. I think with PSG, they've got a... Mbappe is a player that I never understood why he went to PSG in the first place. Sorry, I understood why he went to PSG, but I don't understand why he increased his contract. I mean, Mbappe, to me, is the best player in the world, but he's played his whole career in the French league. And I think you've got to put yourself in the Premier League, put yourself in La Liga, put yourself somewhere like that. Hi, Mark. Chelsea fan here. What are your thoughts on doing a video with George Benson? I asked him in the past and he was interested, maybe before our December the 6th clash, says Dan. I don't think I know who you're on about, Dan. Oh, a chance there over the bar. I don't think I know who you're on about, Dan, if I'm being... I'll always be truthful. Is he the one who did the X Factor dancing? Not X Factor. Britain's Got Talent. Young lad. I don't know. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, okay. He runs a fan channel. Okay, there we go. Abnormal. All right, we'll get him in contact. We'll have a look. Rumours are circulating that Osman's coming to Arsenal, but fans are claiming he's injury prone. Well, meme. Only. I mean, I don't think there's a club in the Premier League that should be rejecting Osman apart from Man City. Like, he's one of the best strikers in the world. Like, you've got Nketiah playing up front. Polar bear or common bear, who would win? I think we found out that a polar bear would win, didn't we? Still half an hour to go here. It's a goal! And it is Ollie Watkins. FPL were alive. Villa were alive. UTV, they've gone and done it. Aston Villa lead against Spurs. I even sit here very, very happy for Villa because I know a few Villa fans. But from a Spurs point of view, they're going to be going mad about how they're losing this game. It's a lovely goal. And you've got to say that the substitutions from Emery have made Villa a lot more smooth in their final third. It's lovely little play. Watkins lays it up. It's a great goal. It's a great goal by Aston Villa, this. Links up with Tielemans. It's a great goal. You can't argue with that. Kamara to Watkins, to Tielemans to Watkins, and then a lovely finish. What a fantastic goal that is. It's fantastic. And Ollie Watkins, who's in my Fantasy Premier League team, thank you very much. Thank you very much. 2-1. Now, Son, you need to go and get on the score sheet. Mika says Spurs are so bad. Defensively, they're really bad, yeah. Going forward, they're very good. Defensively, they're very, very bad. Absolutely no doubts about it. 2. Spurs outside of the top 4 currently. Yes, as things stand, Villa go 4th with 28 points. Spurs stay 5th with 26 points. Spurs had that coming. You waste the amount of chances they've had and it's going to bite you in the arse, says Robbo. I added the arse. It's 2-1. I need to change the score here. I haven't got my natural updater. Spurs have got to up the game now. Is Emery top 4 manager in the Premier League? Do be. You can clip me up on this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Emery is the 3rd best manager in the Premier League at this moment in time. Klopp and Pep, top 2. Emery is definitely 3rd best manager in the league. I said it a few weeks ago. It's got nothing to do with what happens in this game. The reason for it is his career in Europe is top notch. And what he's done consistently last season and this season, he's transcended 2 seasons. He took over from a mess that Gerrard left. He implemented an amazing home record and he's maintained it this season. And Aston Villa are a credit to coaching. Villa haven't got any superstars. They've got good players who've been implemented fantastically. Arteta is not ahead of Emery at the moment. And that's nothing to do with Arteta being a bad coach. Just right here, right now, what Emery has done in the short time he's been there, with the CV that he has to be above Arteta at the moment. Arteta is a very good coach and he's building something, but Emery is a fantastic coach. And I think Emery was sold a dud at Arsenal as well. Donny van der Beek's on the bench for Man United. Is Watkins worth Tony money? I think so, says Brad. Oh, Kulusevski's in the box. Referee says play on. He's gone down, clutching his leg. He's still down. Well, this is a double worry for Spurs. 1, should it have been a penalty? And 2, they can't afford to lose Kulusevski or Son. Do you think Watkins is a bit underrated, says Nicolas Cage? No, I think he's very rated, really. Should be in the England squad, and no, never a penalty. Clearly gets the ball. Good play by Kulusevski. Goes into a 50-50 with Digne. That's not a foul. VAR is looking at it. I mean, no. Absolutely not. It's not in the box anyway. Gets the ball. Never a penalty. Play on. The game's gone if you start giving penalties for stuff like that. Thanks everyone who's tuned in, by the way. This is what we do on That's Football. We watch games of football. And you're very, very welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Everybody's welcome on here. I'm on the United stand after this for Everton against Manchester United, which I think is a massively intriguing game. I really do. Man United starting lineup is Onana, Lindelof, Maguire, Dalot, Luke Shaw, McTominay, Mainu, Bruno, Garnacho, Rashford and Martial. The bench is Bienda, Varane, Reguilon. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you. Carrot cake? Bit of carrot cake, maybe?
Yeah.
You happy about Villa scoring?
Yep.
You don't support Villa, though?
I know.
What? What? This is not an exclusive. What do you mean you support Villa?
No, it's my second favourite team.
Yes. Clarity. Thank you. Blimey heck. You give your dad a heart attack. You like Villa, though?
Yeah, it's
What?
my second favourite team.
Why?
Because they're good.
Well, I don't know about that, but well, it's a lucky day for you then, because you've got Villa playing now, and then it's Man United straight after. Carrot cake. Thanks. See you later. Bye. Whose impact is more impressive, Eddie Howe or Emery, says Jack. Emery. Because Eddie Howe's got money. What's happened here? Oh, it's gone over the bar. I thought Ben Davies had scored then. Gems has gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Gems. And Mark, do you think VAR has exposed the incompetence of the referees, or is VAR the problem itself, says HC? Definitely the incompetence of the referees. The technology isn't to blame. Do you realise how powerful you are? You have more pull than Sky and ESPN combined online, says M. Parker. Oh, Watkins. Well, Vicario's off the line there. Thank you very much. I was just going through the bench for Manchester United. No Anthony at all. Wan-Bissaka is on the bench. So it's Binder, Varane, Reguilon, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, Hannibal, Pelistri, Van der Beek and Hugel. No Højlund at all. No Anthony at all. Yeah. It's not good for Amrabat, is it? When you're not even getting on the pitch. I love carrot cake. I love carrot cake. Apparently some news coming in from Fabrizio Romano. No, there's not. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved. We are very, very close to 64,000. We're only 100 subscribers away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Really good free kick position here for Aston Villa. Digne's on it. He's got a lovely shot on him. Awoken says, Villa will score this, trust me. Well, it's not easy. Douglas Luiz can hit a good free kick as well. Oh. It was a good free kick, and Vicario made a good save. Digne. Yeah. Keeper's got his angles right there. Good free kick, but that was good cake. I love this. I love the holiday season. Mince pies, Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, chocolate, party food. Yeah. It's a good time of year. Cross comes in by Villa. Oh, Ollie Watkins. Heads it just wide. He's having a laugh. He's smiling. Fabrizio news about Varane. I can't see it on his Twitter feed. Sam says, I love Christmas food. It's the holiday season. So Scooby-Doo and clippity-clop. And don't forget, you'll be coming round the chimney now. It's the holiday season. Scooby-Doo. It looks to me like Villa are going to win this because they're getting more and more opportunities. A good block on Leon Bailey there. I feel like Spurs deserve to score another goal. I mean, well, you've got to earn the right to score another goal, but I feel that they have done well enough to do it. But minor muscle injury for Anthony, by the way. That's why he's out. you think Villa are boring? I don't think Villa are boring. I don't think they're boring. I think that the way Emery has taken this game away from Spurs in the second half has been very, very clever. I think what they were trying to do in the first half was break away, counter, whereas I think in the second half they focus more on the construction. Oh, what a save by Martinez! That would have been an assist for Son as well. Lo Celso would have had his second goal. And again, Martinez, I think, saves it again. He's having a worldie. Martinez is having a worldie here. He's loving it as well. He's loving it. He's activated World Cup mode. I mean, look, it's not lost on me that if Villa do win this, it will be because Spurs defensively are awful. And up front, they've been wasteful. I still don't think Villa play anywhere near as well as they do at home. Spurs will win, says Mist. David Hogan says, as a United fan, we need a draw. Mate, I don't even look at... United. If United start winning, I'll start hoping others above us drop points. But right here, right now, I don't think United deserve or need any result. We've been shit this season, and I don't think we'll be anywhere near top six. And until we start playing like a top six side, I'm not going to start hoping for results. Here's Kulusevski into the box. It's a good run. He's all on his own. He's done well. And he gets the shot off, but Martinez saves it. I don't know whether Villa will get top four, Jacob. I still think you've got to improve away from home. A better finishing side today. I mean, I think Spurs, with the team they had 3 weeks ago, probably win. But at home, Villa are brilliant. Martinez has played brilliant as well. Crystal says, elaborate on the white dog poo, Mark. Basically, in the late 80s, early 90s, you used to see a lot of dog shit on the floor that was white. The reason for this was because of what they used to put into dog food. I don't know what it was they put in dog food, but it was something to do with that. They don't put it in anymore, so now you get a more consistent colour. I hate dog shit. I mean, who likes it? Let's be honest. I don't think even dogs like it. They just dump it and walk away. That's a true story. It was something in the dog food that made their shit go white, and I don't know why. A Villa in a title race, says Flying Without Mings. I think if you're within 4 points of top, you're always in a title race, yeah. So if you want to be in a title race, put yourself in it. Will you win the title? No. But you're in a title. I mean, Spurs were in a title race a couple of weeks ago. If Spurs win this, they're in a title race. They're 1 point off the top. So, yes, Villa and Spurs, if they're close enough, are in a title race. Are they going to win the title? Of course not. Although, if I was the owner of Villa or Spurs and you were within 4 points of the top at New Year, I'd be spending money. I don't know. Are Villa looking to spend money in January? Are Spurs looking to spend money in January? It's something fans always talk about, but it doesn't always happen. I love how many managers play with attacking and intensive football in the Premier League, says Marcus. A Man United in a title race if they win today, says Majestic Hero. Not unless they've had a personality transplant. Cat shit is horrible, Vladimir. It's the devil shit, that is, cat. It's vile. I used to have a cat years ago, and it used to go in the dining room and crap under the chair. Oh, and I'd be playing Sabutio. And you're down at ground level. You get a whiff of it. And I'd take me and Mark Hughes, the Sabutio guy, we'd go along and we'd find it. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, look, the future for Spurs is exciting. Even if you lose this, it's still exciting. You've got a manager that's got you playing football that's more traditionally Spurs than the last few years. And I think for Aston Villa, your future's exciting as long as you keep Emery. I mean, he's a good coach. He's going to stay a good coach. And if you keep backing him financially, then the future's bright for Villa. Rashford hat-trick today, says DSM. Oh, I'd love it. I bloody love it. I mean, Kobe Mainoo starting as well. There's a lot to be excited about United today. Cats are horrible, full stop, says Dr. Kempo. Well, there's probably a lot of cat fans in the chat. What I would say about cats is, and I've said it to people before, you might like your cat, but it only likes you because it's small. If your cat was the same size as you, it'd eat you. Whereas a dog can eat you, but doesn't. There's big dogs out there that could eat you, and they don't. They just want to lie with you and have a walk. Dogs are friendly. Cats, you can tell by their face, they're just doing it on purpose. They're only putting up with us because they need us. If they were as big as us, they'd destroy us. There's a break on for Villa. Into Watkins. Where's he going to go? He's on the left-hand side. He's going to retain the possession. Tielemans has played well since he came on. Just rotated the ball nicely. I mean, Leon Bailey's come on and done quite well as well. Epic Goalie's figured it out. He says, if cats were as big as us, they'd be a tiger. Yeah, and look what happens there. You don't have a pet tiger in your living room, do you? Giving it some kitty cat. It'll say, fuck the kitty cat, I'm eating you. It's my birthday, says Aaron. Happy birthday to Aaron. Snap says, Bailey is a baller. What's Everton's team, Mark? I will tell you now, but Watkins is in. Lays it off. Bailey, good block. Everton's team for today. The big question for Everton is if Onana is fit, because he had an injury in the international break. Wait a minute. Lo Celso. Nothing happening there. And he's not fit, Onana. And he's not fit enough to be on the bench. That's a big blow for Everton. Pickford, Young, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikalenko, McNeil, Idris Gueye, Garner, Harrison, Doucouré, Calvert-Lewin. It's not a great team on paper, is it? I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, I'm just going to say this now. It might be clippable if we lose, but for God's sake, that Everton team should be being beaten by Man United. Home or not, we should be winning that game. With all due respect, that's not strong. Cheers from New Jersey, Mark. Love the content. Also, Rashford is back with his lady. Goal drought is ending today, says Fecky. What's your favourite away, says Corbin? My favourite away ground. Lovely ball into Bailey. Good defending by Udogie. My favourite away ground is Goodison. It always has been. Fortunate enough to be that went there years ago. Only ever been there once, but loved going there and just loved. Lovely play by McGinn there to keep that in. Back post. Oh, wow. The bloody hell's gone on the back post there. Watkins should have scored again. It's just one of those grounds on the TV that I just love, Goodison. What's your favourite away ground and why? We're only 50 subscribers away from 64,000, by the way, so please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, let's see if we can hit it. There's daily content on That's Football. We normally put up like a 10-minute video or something every day, just talking about topical stuff. I might do a video on Arsenal tomorrow. Tuesday, we've got the Watchalong Spurs again, not Spurs, Newcastle PSG. On Tuesday night on here. Next weekend's Premier League fixtures are I might do 3 o'clock Arsenal against Wolves on the Saturday, and obviously Man City against Tottenham on the Sunday. I don't know what the 2 o'clock game is on the TV next week. Could be Chelsea-Brighton, could be Liverpool-Fulham. Anyone know what the 2 o'clock game is next week on the TV? It better not be West Ham Palace. It's West Ham Palace at 2 o'clock on the telly next week. Have both of them. Have both of them. Chelsea-Brighton's the game. Chelsea-Brighton's the game. I'm doing Chelsea-Brighton. Fuck it. West Ham Palace. West Ham Palace. I can't speak. John Lang. John Lang is Tottenham's technical director. He looks really happy, he does. Oh, they are losing, to be fair. I was going to say, if he was sat there with a smile on his face, he'd be getting pelters. Newcastle Man United next Saturday at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I don't like Saturday 8 o'clock games, to be honest. I do not like them. But it's a good game, that one. What was that? I think it's somebody at the door. Cross to the back post. No. Should be Liverpool-Fulham, says Scotty. No, I think it should be Brighton-Chelsea. Chelsea-Brighton. That's what happens when you stretch. West Ham Palace is a joke, says Ollie. I can't speak. What are we thinking here? 5 minutes to go. I do think Spurs deserve something from it. I think they've played well. Oh, they've just hit the post, Son! Is he offside again? Yeah, fucking hell. How many goals has Scon's got? Scon. Has Son scored a hat-trick of own goals now? I think he has. Yeah, he is offside. He's in my FPL as well. Anyway, I'm getting excited about Man United now. Come on. Come on. Let's have it. The ball, every goal Son scored has been offside, to be fair. You know, you can't have, just because he scored a hat-trick of them doesn't mean you've got to give him one. Today, Spurs looking at 3 losses in a row. Has the Ange bubble burst? I don't think it has. I think they were doing a great job, Spurs. And I just think that if they had their normal defence today, they probably don't concede 2. And they've been wasteful in front of goal. On another day, Spurs could have won this. I mean, they could have been out of sight in the first half. You've got to give Villa the credit, but Villa don't have the injury problems that Spurs have. I feel a little bit sorry for Spurs today. And that's taking nothing away from Villa. But, see, watch Digne here. Phil Mitchell says, Mark, have I seen Napoleon? I don't fucking know if you've seen Napoleon. Are you a forgetful person? I don't know. Check your pockets. Have you got a ticket? Yeah, United need to win today anyway. When you look at the league table, Brighton winning yesterday, Newcastle winning yesterday, Villa winning today. I mean, these are all teams that if we've got any pretensions about getting top four, we need to win when they're winning just to maintain the gap. Mark, quick question. Crumpet, scone or tea cake? Oh, Nick P. I do like a tea cake. I do like a tea cake. I do like a crumpet. But I do like a scone if it's a proper scone with clotted cream and jam. So I'm conflicted here, Nick. This could be a new show. Goldbridge answers questions for people they should know the answers to. Mark, am I hungry? Yes. Go and get yourself a crumpet. Mark, should I go to bed? Yes. You've outstayed your welcome. Good player, Douglas Luiz as well. Lovely play. They've got a bit of a break on here. It's a 4v3. Now it's Leon Bailey up against the Dogie. Tillemans, Douglas Luiz, little dink. Might be an offside here. Yeah. Great day for Arsenal fans, apparently. Oh yeah, Spurs losing. Good weekend for Spurs, Arsenal fans. Ladios loves going to bed early. I hate it. I'm terrible at going to bed early. In the morning, you know what? When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock tonight. As soon as it gets to 8 o'clock, I do the United stand. But no, I'm terrible. Goldbridge has gone really bad this weekend. Oh no, I've got Watkins. If you play Goldbridge, you'll know what I mean. It's on the podcast on a Friday. Goldbridge Saves Football. We have to pick 5 goal scorers from the weekend. I've missed out on 2 already. Jesus and Alvarez. And Silva didn't score as my goal as my defender. But Watkins scored. And I've still got Hwang Hee-chan and Calvert-Lewin. Please do check out the podcast, by the way. We're only little and independent, so not only are supporting this community, you're supporting an independent podcast that doesn't have millions pumped into it like Lineker. Goldbridge Saves Football is what it's called. Every Tuesday out, and then we have a Friday one when the Premier League's on. You can play against us on Goldbridge as well. Big protests at Everton right now, says Crispy. Crispy what? Crispy pancakes, lovely. Bit of duck. You know what? I never feel guilty about eating a cow or a chicken, but I always feel guilty about eating a duck, and I've never really understood that. I don't know. It's not like I walk past a cow field or a chicken and go ha ha. You know, but I eat duck at the Chinese restaurant, and I do think about ducks, which I don't actually see very often. Double substitution here for Aston Villa. Danny G feels guilty eating lamb. I don't like lamb. I don't even like lamb. Pork I like. I think pigs are, again, like, I'm not really bothered. Christmas film, night 2 for Goldbridge tonight. If you want to catch up for me, it was Family Man with Nicolas Cage last night. It's Rambo First Blood tonight. Goldbridge's 30 Days of Christmas. 30 films of Christmas. Loads of Christmas films, and then on Christmas Eve, it's a porno. I'm joking. Imagine that. Go down. Home Alone 21st, Home Alone 1. 22nd, Home Alone 2. 23rd, Elf. 24th, Debbie Does Dallas. Debbie rides again for Boxing Day. Literally. Is anyone called Debbie these days? That's a real 80s name, isn't it? Debbie and Gary. I don't think I've ever, you know, like Seb goes to school, my daughters go to school. They come up with all these names of friends. George, you know, trying to think of traditional names. Billy, Harry, Elijah's quite a popular one. You never hear, can Gary come round and play? No, he bloody well can't. Won't let me on the overlap. Top 5 Christmases movies ranked, says Robert. Too late for that now, mate. You need to do that on Tuesday night show. We'll do that then. Does anyone call their kids Gary anymore? Or Debbie? Steve as well. I think Steve's a bit of a old 80s name as well, isn't it? Everyone used to be called Steve when I was a kid. Stephen or Steve, yeah. And Gary was quite a popular name as well. Late free kick for Spurs here. Mark's still a popular name, Phoenix. A lot of people get called Mark. No, I know a lot of people called Gary and Steve. I just don't think many kids get called that now. I don't think in 20 years' time there's going to be a lot of 25-year-olds called Gary or Steve. I've never heard... I've never been, you know, like when I took Seb to soft play and stuff like that, I've never heard, Gary, take your socks off. Shane is another one, says Ben. That's old school. What about Darren? Yeah. Andrew? I think Andrew still gets used a lot. I know after Deborah's hates to be called Debbie, says Big G. No, a few Deborahs who hate to be called Debbie. Sharon. That's another one, isn't it, as well? You don't get any kids getting called Sharon anymore. Karen. There's not many baby Steves, says Dolphin. Spurs got another free kick here. Still a couple of minutes to be added on here. Son whips it in, headed away. You get the feeling that this Villa side really do not want to give up these 3 massive points here. As I said, Spurs would be looking at 3 defeats in a row. Oh, I thought they'd scored. I really thought they'd scored. Flicked on at the front post, across the face of the goal. Son wants a corner. I don't know whether he's going to get a corner. If he does get a corner, they have got a corner. I don't know whether that was a corner. He must have got a flick on the back post. Clive, says Sebastian. I think Clive is literally finished. I saw something on the news the other day. There was a guy called Clive who was 49, and he was officially going to be the last Clive ever. When he dies, it's gone. Nobody's called Clive anymore. It's finished. Keith is another one. Alien, yeah. Being called Lee and having a Bros haircut is proper 80s, says Nick P. Betty's finished as well, yeah. And Derek, that's another one. CB Rhett says, I know a Clive and he's 19. Get him on the news. 30 seconds to go here. No goals for Son. 1 goal for Watkins. I'll tell you what, if Maguire scores, though, I've got him in my FPL. That would be huge. Look at the ref here, wanting to add another 20 minutes on. We've had the 6. Leon Bailey's got it. They're in their own half. Wins a throw-in. May as well blow the referee here. No, I mean, blow up referee. Don't blow the referee. God, no. What streaming platform do you use, says Christopher? This is on Sky Sports, mate. Thoughts on Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen, says Alex. I don't take any notice of the Bundesliga. I never have, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite just because Harry Kane's there. Referees turned this into a 97-minute game. What a surprise. 96 minutes and 40. So all in all, this referee has added 17 minutes on. 7 minutes at the end of the second half and 10 minutes at the end of the first half. 17 minutes he's added on to this game. Unbelievable. And he's still going. He's still going. Oh, he's blown the whistle now. He's blown the whistle now. It ends. A massive win for Aston Villa. Spurs will feel that maybe they should have got something out of that game, but with the defence they're putting out, they're so vulnerable. They miss chances going forward. I tell you what, from Villa's point of view, it's job done. And it's a good away win for them. Right, I'm going to be on the United stand in about 2 minutes. I will see you over there.